What's going on, everybody? Matt Malatesta here, the Coach's Corner, with none other than Kalum Haack, the head coach at Katy softball. Coach, man, y'all got a squad this year. You won it in 2015. You won it in 2019. I'm not getting ahead of myself, but this team's kind of got that look a little bit.
We're a work in progress. We're a work in progress.
That is the coach speak of coach speaks. Y'all are 20. I think you're like 23-1-1. Just talk about the strength of this team.
I'll tell you what, to me, the true strength of our team is the leadership that we have from Cameron Harrison and a couple of our senior friends and Ashton Reichert. They are doing a really, really good job. I think because I think we were highly ranked last year, and don't quit reading the newspaper because you can't beat anybody with what you're ranked with. And I think exiting the playoffs a little early was a real eye opener for them. And I think they've really stepped up and done a good job with their leadership and making sure that we don't make the same mistake again.
They got a little bit of a football mentality, man. They are business. And I love the fact that, Cameron Harrison is the number 8th ranked kid in the country. She's going to Arkansas, which has built a tremendous class. But let's start with her. I think she's on the USA national team.
Yep.
When did you see and say, hey, this kid is going to be something special? Was it right when you got her, or she developed over the high school?
Well, I knew when she first came to Katy, especially as a freshman, that she was a special type player. And as she's grown, I think she's taken upon more of herself that, if I want this done, I need to make sure that I'm doing the right things. I'm saying the right things. I have buy-in. And for us to be successful, I've got to make sure everybody else feels and thinks the same way. And so far this year, she has been on a mission, pitching, hitting, with her leadership. So she's done an excellent job.
You got Ashton Reichert. You also said she's also going to Arkansas. Montgomery Henderson's a senior. She's going to Oklahoma State.
She's a junior.
Oh, she's a junior. Okay, so you have her as a junior. You've got Lauren Sokin, who's going to LSU. I think she's a junior as well. Then you got this baby, man, this baby E.K. Smith, who's like one of the top players in the country. Also,
no.
Just talk about how do you manage that much talent sometimes? Sometimes it can be hard.
Oh, I know. Well, winning helps.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think a lot of things that probably would be problems with other teams have been addressed by our leaders. And I think Cameron has talked to a player or two about, you need to get in line. You need to do what you're supposed to do. And if you don't like where you're at, then you need to leave, or otherwise shut the heck up and play ball. And plus the people that are around her, they kind of, when she flexes her muscles, they flex theirs, and everybody kind of falls into place. So she's, like I said, I can't even explain how much her leadership has made a difference this year.
Give me a surprise player who's kind of emerged and surprised you a little bit.
Let me think. I tell you, Brooke Fechner, our shortstop. Last year she was a sophomore. She's kind of a utility player, and we graduated to shortstop, and we've threw her in there because she's a good athlete. Mm-hmm. And she is, she's a little bit nervous, a little bit shaky at first because there's a lot of pressure with the team we have, and her stepping into a major role being a shortstop. But she has really, really done a surprisingly good job, and is getting better and more confident every week, and has really stepped up at the plate as well.
Baseball and softball coaches have it hard because you got spring break, you got graduation, you got prom, you coach girls. I mean, that's a lot of moving parts. How do you keep them focused?
I think when we start out at the very beginning of the season and off season in the fall, almost every day we talk about these are the things you've got to do to make it to Austin. And if you want to go there, then you're gonna have to complete it. There's no shortcuts to get there. You're gonna have to work hard. You're gonna have to beat some really, really good teams to get there. These are the things you're gonna have to do. And that's seems like what they pull together, and that's their goal. That's what they want to do. And anybody that's trying to get in their way, they're punching them right in the face.
Exactly. Well, I mean, being a Katy is kind of an iron sharpens iron type of situation. The bar is always so high. Football's been tremendous. Softball's been great. Baseball's been really good. Is it a culture there? And Katy is one of the brands of Texas for that matter. But how do y'all continue to cultivate that culture?
Well, I think Coach Joseph does a really good job of, because of what he's done, and Coach Johnson, what they've done in football, and everybody has seen the following that they have, and everybody's trying to do the best job they can of creating that culture in all their programs. And we've been fortunate enough in softball that's happened for us, and we have a really good following. And as long as we're winning and doing really, really well, I think hopefully it's going to continue.
Just talk about your career there. What's Katy meant to you?
I tell you what, it's been unbelievable. I didn't know what to expect because I coached in college for 16 years. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, now I've got to go to high school, or I have to take the players that I get. I don't get to go pick them. And growing up close to here, my family's got to watch me coach and watch me play, and then having my kids, my daughter go through the softball program, my son go through the football program. It's been an ideal career, and I wouldn't change not one thing about what's happened.
I see Brooks, he's kind of on the fast track, be it, he's coaching softball, but he's really coaching football, Brooks,
Yeah.
he went to ULL, and Maddie, what has Maddie been up to?
Maddie is, she lives in Lafayette, Louisiana,
Okay.
and she is going to be having a little one the first week in June. And Brooks is having a little one the last week in May. So they're about 10 days apart.
Perfect.
So I told him, I said, if we're at state, you're on your own. You're going to have to send me videos.
I can tell you who's going to be there. I think your wife might be there.
Yeah. Oh, she'll be there. She'll say, I've seen you at state, but I hadn't seen this before.
Exactly. All right. Finally, mentors. Who's kind of mentored you, or who would you say was your kind of biggest inspiration over the years?
Oh, wow. When I played football in college, so I had always assumed that I was going to be a football coach. Softball never crossed my mind. I grew up in Hempstead, Texas, really small town. We didn't have baseball. And my dad played men's fast pitch. And back in the day, men's fast pitch was just as popular as girls softball is right now. Mm-hmm. Everybody was playing men's fast pitch. So I started playing men's fast pitch when I was in junior high. And I got through with my eligibility at Sam Houston, and I went to introduce myself to the softball coach. Said, "Hey, my name is Kalum Haack. I play men's fast pitch. I played football here. I got one semester left to graduate. I'd like to help out. I can hit some fungo pitch. I can pitch. I can throw batting practice, whatever you need." And that was Wayne Daigle. He was a softball coach and intramural director. And he said, "Sure, we'll do it." So I became a grad assistant. Well, we won 2 Division II national championships and finished second. Then he and I both went to University of Nebraska. And my second year there, we lost to UCLA for the national championship at the World Series. And then I said, "Man, it's too cold in Nebraska." It was terrible. So I came and coached football at Katy Taylor because the head football coach there was a men's fast pitch player. So I knew him. And then I got thinking, oh my gosh, this teaching's tough. Being in the classroom, having to teach history, because I hadn't done that. And then Sam Houston called me in December said, "Hey, coach, or I need a favor." The athletic director. I said, "What is it?" He goes, "My softball coach just left. We have a really good team, and I need a head coach." I said, "Well, I'll do it, but I'm not making less than what I'm making now." He said, "Done." So I went back to Sam Houston. Back then they had an NIT tournament, so we're at the University of Michigan playing at the NIT, and the University of Kansas called me, wanted me to send my stuff in and apply. So I got that job. So I was there 10 years. We went to the World Series, where it was in the Super Regional several times. And then I was speaking at the NCAA convention in Orlando, and the University of Alabama called me, said, "Hey, why don't you send your stuff in?" So I went to the University of Alabama, interviewed there. They offered me the job. We won the SEC in our second year. And I said, "You know what? I want to coach my kids. I've done this long enough. I'm tired of traveling, flying somewhere every weekend. My kids are at home. I'm away." And so we moved the job was open here at Katy, 30 minutes from where I grew up. And it's been great ever since.
Man,
So Wayne Daigle was probably my number one mentor. Mike Candrea, who used to coach at Arizona, is another one I really, really looked up to. My daughter played for him at Arizona. Those are the ones I looked up to in college ball. So it's been a lot of fun.
I didn't realize you had that many stops in college, man. That's a lot of really super programs that you bounce around. And now, what advice do you give these girls when they head to college?
I tell you what, I take every one of them and have individual meeting with them before they head off, and tell them that, not one, how much they meant to me through their 4 years here. But I said, as you head off to college, there's number one, there's only one thing you control when you get there, and that's what kind of physical condition you're in. When you get there and you're in great shape, when you start off season, you send a message to the team and you send a message to the coach that you're ready. And you're ready to take on anything you got. The second thing I tell them is that when you get to college, mom and dad aren't there to make you study, make you go to class, and you'll have friends that are going out every night. You'll have friends that are sleeping in and out. Your first year, especially the whole first year, and probably the first semester of your second year, I'm not telling you not to have a good time. You can have a good time, but make sure you go to class, make sure you stay on top of your grades, because once you establish a good GPA that first year and a half, then you know how to maintain it, and it's relatively easy to maintain. But if you get there and go nuts because you're partying all the time and you start out with a low GPA, you're in trouble, because it'll take you 2 years to try to fix something you did in one semester. And you're there for your education, so make sure you take care of it. And those are the two important things that I tell them that they need to make sure they take care of.
Well, man, that's two pieces of great advice. There's so many kids from the Houston area. This is a hotbed of talent. Kids are all over the country playing, which is really cool to see them, as the popularity of women's softball, man, is just completely taken off, which is super cool. But well, hey, coach, go get them, man. We need some state champion. We didn't get any in football. We need some state championships coming through Houston in baseball and softball. You could be carrying the water this time.
Well, that's the game plan. Okay.
Right.
So as if we keep doing what we're doing and playing like we're playing and have the leadership that we're having, I think our chances of getting there are really, really good. Now, there's going to be some other ones that have the same goal and is working hard and feel the same way. So we're looking forward to playing against them.
All right. This is Kalum Haack, Katy's legendary softball coach. This is Matt with VYPE. We'll see y'all at the games.